All right, so this is a cell membrane, and a cell membrane is a fluid structure that mainly consists of a group of lipids, phospholipids. So these tiny things are the lipids. The circle, which is the head, and the tails is the lipids. So mainly a group of phospholipids and proteins. And the proteins can be embedded inside of the cell membrane or sit on top of the cell membrane. Now the cell membrane has hydrophilic and hydrophobic ends. So these orange pieces, because it's in water, these orange pieces are hydrophilic because they can stand water, they like water, and these tails, which is the turquoise, are hydrophobic, meaning they don't like water, they can't stand water, they don't want to be around water, hence hydrophobic, not liking water. Anyways, now sometimes molecules want to get through the cell membrane, and so a term that you would use for a way for molecules to go through it is passive transport without energy. So passive transport is without energy. So with simple diffusion, small molecules can get through the cell membrane without the use of a protein, a channel protein. So small molecules, for example, like oxygen, we'll just say oxygen, for example, and these little dots will be represented by oxygen, can get through the cell membrane easy without a channel protein. So they just go through the cell membrane and usually continue to pass until they find an equilibrium, or to where the molecules are equal on both sides. So another passive transport is called facilitated diffusion. And with facilitated diffusion, there is a channel protein, but it does not use energy. So let's just use this, for example, as a channel protein. And usually larger molecules, for example, glucose, and charged ions use facilitated diffusion in order to get through a cell membrane. So we'll use these, for example, for large molecules and charged ions. And what they would do is simply travel through the cell membrane into the channel to the low concentrated side of the water. So high concentration, low concentration. Usually in passive transport, you go from high concentration to low concentration. So they would continue to do that until they find an equilibrium and both are equal on both sides. Now, for active transport, there is a use of energy, and there's a use of channel proteins. So let's just use this, for example, of a channel protein. And in passive transport, there is energy. So usually cells that need a lot of energy, like your muscle cells or brain cells, would use active transport. So in order for this protein to open or close, in order to receive the molecules, usually larger molecules or dangerous molecules, they would need energy. So the source of energy will be ATP. ATP that we're going to represent with these little red dots. So the ATP would be added to the protein channel, and the molecule would enter into the protein channel, and the ATP would allow it to open, letting it go to the other side. Usually in active transport, the molecules go from a low concentration to a high concentration instead. So like I said, there'll be ATP added, it will open, receive the molecule, close back up, and open on the other side. So active transport needs energy. It needs energy in order to work. So yeah, that's how I learned how to do this. Thanks for watching.